Hi, everybody. How are you doing?
Hi.
Corey. Hi, Becca. How are you today?
Pretty good. Pretty
That's
good.
good. Welcome, everybody, to another Positively Brendan Friday. And today, Becca's got a lot in store for us. Make sure
Yay.
you pay attention to the ticker. And I'll just say hi. Hi, nothing but a stump. Kit Kat or Catnip. I always call her Kit Kat like a candy bar. I don't know. I'm sorry, Catnip. And you know I do it. Sharper than a pencil. Sean. Jerome. Justin. Hey, how are you doing? And let me see. Eric Cozy. And that's all for now. But I'm sure they'll be just popping in because we can't get enough of Brendan.
Yeah,
So how was your week, hon? Good?
pretty good so far. I did send Brendan an email letting him know how the last show went. So he actually sent me a hi email to everybody.
That's
And
good.
I told him that, there was a bunch of people asking questions, like his favorite stuff. So he actually said he wanted to share a list of all his favorite stuff. And this is the kind of thing that also I just want to let everyone know when you get your first letter from Brendan, this is the side of the thing that he sends you back. Because he wants everyone to know like his favorite things and like get to know him. So it's the same kind of stuff that he would normally. I can share it if everyone wants, or you
Of
can,
course they want. I do.
or things like his favorite Pokemon. He wrote his is Mew.
Mew.
So
Do you have a picture of Mew so we could see what Mew looks like? I
yeah,
always
I have a tattoo of Mew.
okay. There you go. You got his face. You got a tattoo. Oh, so gentle looking.
Yeah,
Oh, that's nice. Very
yeah,
nice.
yeah. That
I
was my
suppose you got
little.
that for Brendan.
Yeah, that was my because I really like Pokemon. And I really wanted to do something that represented Brendan,
Mm-hmm.
and I really like Mew too. So I was like, well, that's a good.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, look at None But a Stump's got a picture of Mew that she's chosen to color for him. So that's
Yeah,
good.
that's awesome. He would absolutely love that. And also, if you ever want to send him coloring sheets that you find online, he really likes doing that too. He likes coloring them in. So
Hi,
that's a good
Rob.
idea.
He's from
Um,
Pennsylvania.
his favorite colors are orange and green.
Wow. Orange is
Yeah,
mine.
yeah. His favorite food is hamburgers. Yeah,
Simple boy.
yep. He gets really excited when they start to serve hamburgers at the because they do like days of the week sort of like meal plan sort of thing. So like when he knows that hamburgers are coming up, he's like, yeah, hamburger.
Great, great.
um, Favorite drink is Orange Crush.
Oh my gosh, mine too.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love that.
Favorite season is fall. Um, his favorite wrestler is John Cena.
Oh yeah.
He
I
also
see.
really likes
We
wrestling.
got two different reasons though for me. I
Yeah,
think he's good looking and he probably thinks, whoa, he's a big guy, you know?
yeah, he really likes wrestling too. So if you're a wrestling fan or there's a wrestling event and you take pictures, and he'll absolutely love to see them.
Oh
So
yeah.
um,
Like
his
get your
favorite.
picture taken with Cena and then he'll
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
he'll like that.
he thought you'd be as your best friend.
Or get one signed for Brendan for him. He'd like that
Yeah,
too. That's
there's a few supporters have done that throughout the years,
really great.
but like the more the merrier on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
His favorite actor is Adam Sandler, and actress is Emma Watson.
He's got good taste.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler's funnier now.
Yes, he is. Oh, somebody last week asked what his favorite car is.
Yeah.
And he said it's an Eagle Talon.
I never heard of it.
I never heard of it. I'm not a car person.
Yeah, I never heard of that though. I wonder if it's what kind of car? Italian car or something. I don't know.
I don't
What
know.
was it?
Eagle
Eagle.
Talon. Talon.
Yeah. Oh, Fairland, maybe? I don't know, but well, whatever. That's his car. You car buffs out there now, you know what he
Yeah,
likes.
I'm not a car
So
person at all.
I'm not either.
He really likes the Fast and the Furious movies. He
Yeah.
also really likes the music from the Fast and the Furious movies.
Yeah, I was surprised to find out what kind of music he really likes.
Yeah,
Because he's got a wide variety of music, what he likes, actually.
yeah.
You know, from hard rock to rap.
That's and that's the other thing you could do when you write to him, which everybody should write to him absolutely.
Right on.
When you write to him your favorite songs, or like say, hey, I heard this song on the radio, you should check out, or that song, or like, oh, if you've seen this movie, then you would like this song. Like give him tons of songs, and some of them he can download onto his tablet and then hear.
Cool.
If and if he can't, but like always, like anything you can think of, like song wise, send to him, and he'll see if he can download it, and he'll even let you know if he liked it or not. So
has he heard Stacy Seabrook's song for Brendan?
I think a supporter that he called played him for him.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm not 100% sure. I can ask him, or if everyone wants to write him and ask him.
Sure, there you go. There's some things to ask him.
Yeah, like I said, anything that you ask me, absolutely, you could write to him and ask too. Like, he really is an open book and very honest. It's just he can't talk about the case, and if the question is really super inappropriate, he won't answer it.
Why would you want to anyway?
Yeah.
Why? You don't want to talk to him about that. He lives that. Let's get him out of that where he's at and make him feel more a part of society. And what we're concerned about is him, not what happened, because we already know it was tragic in what happened.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I agree 100%. Like, I always try to keep my emails and letters and stuff very light
and caring and just just friendly in general all the way around. Like you're talking to somebody. I'm getting closer, Becca, to writing. I am getting closer.
Like
I know I should.
Every time, like right now.
I put myself out here talking about him, but yet I feel funny writing to him. I know that's kind of an oxymoron there. I get it, but I will eventually. I definitely
absolutely. The other thing that he really likes, and I don't know, like I know I'm an anime fan. If you are an anime fan, he loves hearing about new animes and manga. He reads manga in prison.
Cool.
Yeah. So like if anybody has like any kind of those things, he loves hearing about it. His favorite anime manga is Yu-Gi-Oh!
I think that's my granddaughter's. Because she likes, my daughter is really into anime.
Yeah.
So is my granddaughter, who's 7, and I've heard that name before. So I'm learning a little bit about it.
Yeah, I'm really into it too. So that's one of the things that me and him talk about a lot. But like absolutely, if you're into that too, like, and you think there's a series he might like, or a book or anything like that, you can talk to him about it. Like, absolutely.
No.
He really likes, his favorite soap opera is General Hospital.
Oh my gosh, really? He watches a soap opera? Wow.
I think he's been watching that too since he first was incarcerated. So like, he's been watching that series since he was, a teenager. So
cool.
Absolutely. Like if anybody's into soap operas and they like General Hospital, absolutely write to him about that,
Yeah. I mean, that's the longest. Well, that one, and there's one other one I think that are still running, and the rest are like off. So yeah, that's pretty good.
Somebody is asking, did you say what his favorite band and song is? I don't think he didn't mention in this list of what his favorite band and song, but he did say music, and he wrote all kinds.
Yeah, because he has got a wide variety of what he likes. I've seen some of his playlists one time. Yeah.
I know he really likes the Fast and the Furious songs, like the soundtrack. So I know he likes certain kinds of rap and hip hop. I know he really likes Led Zeppelin, AC/DC.
Yeah.
He really likes. I know he also likes some religious songs.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, if he was religious or not. I don't, because
I
a
think
lot of people up here in the north are just, they're Christians, and that's just the way it is. They believe in God, and that's just the way it is.
I think like the best way I would describe it, because I asked him that one day too, and he says like the best way I could describe it is he's spiritual. He believes in God and all that stuff, and he believes like in the Christian based stuff, but he doesn't. But I think it's a non-denominational sort of thing.
Yeah, that's me. I'm not, and I listen to rock and roll Jesus music, so.
But he is, he is very, he's spiritual, so he believes in God. He believes in all that stuff. He also prays, and but he's one of those. He's like me too, where it's like it's on my own terms, sort of thing, where it's not organized religion.
Yep, I don't believe in that either. But I pray for Brendan and his family every night in my prayers, and all of you guys. I do.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. I'm constantly praying for him, and I actually every day I have a candle lit for him.
Oh, that's kind of like your symbolic thing till he gets out. Oh, that's really nice, Becca. That really is. Because I know there's that lady who has a Christmas tree for her son till he gets out. And that's really nice of you to do that. It's really nice.
Yeah, that's just the one, because like I think for the last it's been like 4 years too. Because I'm a candle person.
Me too.
I'm very, so like every day I'm in at home. As soon as I walk in, I light my candle for him, and
that's nice. That's really nice.
Yeah,
a little time with him.
And I know there's a bunch of people who do little things like that, and tell them about it if you feel comfortable. Those types of things really do help him.
I had a green light that I put on outside all the time. Every night, our outside light was green, and then it burned, and I didn't get another one. But the green was for Brendan. I didn't know that he even liked that color. So
yeah. No, absolutely. And if you ever write to him and you feel comfortable telling him about it, absolutely, because it's not necessarily the thing that you do, it's the fact that you're thinking of him and that you're constantly keeping him alive in your day-to-day stuff like that. That means a lot to him. It really does help him,
get through, right?
Just knowing that people care enough to do those little things. It's it's the little things in life, you know what I mean? Writing to him and just saying that you're thinking of him, and it doesn't have to be a super big, detailed letter, but
yeah, keep it simple, keep it sweet. It'll get better as you go by, I would imagine. As the more you write, the better, you get to get that, personal thing going, and certain thing you'll talk to him about all the time. Like somebody might talk to him about wrestling all the time. Somebody might talk to him about Pokemon. Somebody might talk about music. That's, so you got something in common. I'm really glad that he wrote you all the things he likes. So we can constantly tell people this is what he likes, and you can, feel more comfortable, a little bit more, makes you feel a little more closer to him,
Yeah, absolutely. His favorite, he loves video games. So
that.
In his hobbies, he says reading, coloring, and playing video games. So that's why I mentioned the coloring thing. He loves coloring in stuff. So if you ever just if you want to send a letter to him and you find a colored in picture online, just make sure it doesn't have any watermarks on it or anything like that, because he can't get internet content. But I have sent him coloring sheets that he has gotten okay.
Yeah, you can get it, you can run them off yourself, off of a book or something on a printer or whatever, right? Yeah. Because you can get them. I've seen them. Yeah, that's a good idea.
So if you want to send a letter and then send him some pictures to color in, he'll do that. Absolutely, he'll really enjoy that. And there's all sorts of kinds of pictures out there. You can find something Pokemon, anime in general. You can send him
that car.
Cars. You can send him animals to color in. There's so many different things out there, as long as they're appropriate. You can't send him inappropriate stuff, but
Right. think about what you're doing. Don't be, I mean, don't be stupid. Just
Yeah,
be on Brendan's side. That should keep
yeah.
you in the right way.
But
You know,
absolutely, like, and like I said, he likes reading. So if you have books that you're reading that you think he might be interested in, he really likes fantasy kind of books.
like
So
Lord of the Rings or things like
yeah,
that. That
Lord of the
considered
Rings,
great.
Harry Potter,
Right.
that kind of stuff. You can talk to him about that. He watches football. His favorite team is the Green Bay Packers.
I hate football. You never get no sports from me because I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like football either. I don't watch sports.
I don't either.
But
Netball.
you are a sports fan. You can.
There's a lot of Green Bay Packer fans. There really is. Here I got a question for you. Nothing but a stump wants to know, did you is it okay to send a large envelope with the picture she colored? It's an 8x10 size.
I didn't get an answer to that.
Okay. So just try to send it.
Nothing but a stump. If you're on Twitter, go ahead and message me, and I'll message Barb and ask her directly, because she should know too. He didn't answer that in his last email, and sometimes that happens.
Right.
But yeah, I'll definitely look more into that today. Actually, after this, I'll ask Barb. And that's
they usually take that stuff out of the envelope anyway, and they just get the picture.
Yeah, normally that's how it goes. But sometimes he does get the envelope. So like it's and I think it just depends on who's working in the mailroom. And honestly, that's why they say put your address on the actual letter, because it's like, does he not? I don't.
Right. And Barb said, if you want him to write back, you have to write the address on the inside letter and say, please write me back.
Yeah, you have to.
Otherwise, you won't. Right.
Yeah, you do have to, because he gets so many letters, and I think he basically is like, oh well, if this person doesn't say it, then. Yeah,
then they just wanted to write one time, and that's
yeah. But like if you do say, hey, write me back if you can, or even like I said, if you ask him questions, he usually tries to answer them. So he enjoys answering questions too, as long as it's not like I said, case related or inappropriate. So like if you have questions like what's your favorite candy bar, or anything off the top of your head that you think that
Right. I would imagine that most of the people that are here would understand that if it doesn't feel comfortable for you, then it wouldn't be comfortable for him.
Yeah. If you wouldn't randomly go up to a stranger and ask him.
If you wouldn't, as somebody you're just getting to know, hey, wait a minute now, but what size underwear do you wear? Yeah. I mean, some people are strange. I just got to put it out there. Some people do them kind of weird things.
Are strange. Yeah. Some people wouldn't mind asking people that, but like.
Yeah.
But like I said too, also, if you ask him something that he's not comfortable with asking, he's just not gonna answer it. He's not gonna do something anyway. But just putting that out there.
You just don't want to offend him anyway. Let's keep the spirits high.
But he did say at the end of it that end of this list, that if he thinks of any more of his favorites, he'll send them to me. So, I also, if anybody does have a question, I could shoot him an email about that kind of stuff. But like I said,
better off writing to him.
Write to him. I don't mind.
It's a good way to start up a conversation. Ask him a question.
Yeah, I don't mind doing that, but 100%, I want everybody to write to him. I want everyone to see the Brendan that I know a lot of us who do write to him see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and otherwise you're missing out, because from what I hear, he's a wonderful person. I hear nothing bad about him. He's got a sweet, caring soul, and I want to get to know him, so I'm gonna write. It's just like I write so many, and then I just go, oh, that's stupid. Don't even write that. Maybe I should just start small, like I just said. Just write a little something.
Just write small. start small. And
I don't know if anybody else gets anxiety about it, but I do. So if you're struggling with it and you got a little anxiety and you don't know what to do, I think my advice to you is write a small thing like I'm going to do. Just start off small.
Just like a small little card, or and like I said, just a thinking of you, and praying for you, and anything else you feel comfortable with. Like, absolutely.
Yep, exactly.
There's something I wanted to bring up, and you actually, Linda, reminded me before we started this. Tracy Keogh is starting a podcast.
Yep.
It's called The Sixth Hour. I'm really excited for it.
I am too. I did put the link in the description, and I listened to the trailer of it, and I'll tell you, I cannot. Tracy is really a 100% Brendan supporter, like you. You two are you're her mini, but you're yourself. Okay, I want to put that out, that you are your own and she is her own, but you two are like the top supporters. Everybody, I don't want to discount anybody, but I'm just saying that you guys are really very active, and I think what she has put forward is really going to be worth listening to. It's going to be informative, it's going to be educational, and it'll be Brendan, and I think we all are looking forward to that.
Yeah, and those are little ways that
Is that me again? Dang it.
Help this way you can help. Oh,
I thought I was losing me.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm here. It's that time,
Okay.
I'm good. Sorry, guys. My internet goes in and out, so.
Oh, you're fine.
Becca's prepared.
But,
Go ahead, Annie, I'm sorry.
The biggest way everyone can help is absolutely writing to Brendan. But and if you're kind of like, okay, well, now what? There's so many different like articles you can share, podcasts, things like this, where just listening to I know his lawyers have their own podcasts of different stories.
Yeah, that was good too. They have one that's with Jason Florum.
Yeah, where they talk about different cases that they've been involved in, and sharing stuff like that and being involved in stuff like that is a big help, because it spreads the word of wrongful convictions, and that it's an actual real problem, and it's not just isolated to just Brendan stuff. You know what I mean? So listening to and sharing those sorts of things, kind of sharing that. Excuse me. Sharing that, yes, this is a problem, and this is something that we need to work on in our society and in our justice system, and that's a big help too.
Right, I guess pretty crazy statistics yesterday, I think it was, and it was since 1989 there's been 2,700 plus something released, exonerated, but the hours that have been spent by them people wrongfully is 23,000 plus hours or days spent in prison. That is just crazy to me, and it's 7 to 5% are false confessions. So that is a very, very too high of a number, way too high. We need to do something.
But that's
zap the governor.
Yeah. Oh, and I don't know if everyone signed up for the email zap that we did. I believe it was last weekend. Another zap email went out to the governor. So, stuff like that is super important. Tracy Keogh is also involved in that. I believe the email to reach her for that is in the description as well. JusticefreedomforBrendanDassey @gmail.com.
Yep, that's all in the description. Every single thing we talk about will be there. Colette, I'll answer your question. Yes, of course I have thought about that, but Brendan sees family, and he's limited on how many people he can see, and I believe that his family is way more important than me, and I would love to see Brendan when he gets out.
Oh yeah.
Answer. So yes, I've thought about it, but I do believe that Brendan has a family, a large family, so he needs to see them, and he'll see me when he gets out.
Yep, I feel the same way. So, let's see. So we brought up. So yeah, when the Tracy Keogh's podcast comes out, I think that would be a great help, is to share that, because that's helping spread Brendan's story. Anything that we can do to share his story and get more people aware of, I think that is an amazing help for him.
Yep. I just talk about Brendan.
And there's something else I wanted to bring up that I should have brought up in last episode, but and it's not super important, but like, it's just something I wanted to bring up. I talked about, if there was any way that you feel like you can do something for Brendan, to do it. I wanted to bring up, if it involves raising money for Brendan, or anything like that, you should absolutely go talk to Barb first.
Mm-hmm.
It's super important, because Barb
it creates a lot of problems.
Yeah, Barb isn't within the best interest of Brendan and everything that she does. She's also, and I forget the legal word for it.
She's a power of attorney.
Yeah, that's the word. I was literally all day, I'm like, what's it called?
Called power of attorney, which means she is in charge of his decisions.
Yeah.
So nobody better than his mother. So you need to clear it with her, because it does create problems. There are people out there that seem to think that we raise money and we use it for our own benefits, to vacation, or to buy this, or to do that or that. And if you ask me, you're sick. Okay, number one. Number two, we don't want to create any issues for the family, because they have enough as it is. If you want to make something nice, please clear it with his mother first.
Yeah. That's what, absolutely. And also, even if it doesn't involve money, I think just touching base with her and saying, hey, I had this idea to help somehow, or whatever. Like, what do you think? To me, it's very respectful to do it that way. It doesn't cause any issues. And plus the fact that, in asking him too, because like, there have been, like, for instance, I paint for Brendan, and then I sell those paintings, and then I give the money directly to him.
Right.
I asked him and Barb around the same time, because it's like, one, I'm painting Brendan's face, so it's like, I want to have his permission.
Right.
And two, it's the same, because it involves money. It's like, I want to make sure everything 100% is being aware of what I'm doing, and asking her permission. That's just me. I feel like that's just me showing respect.
That's respect. That is respect. And if you want to support Brendan, you need to respect him and his parents and his family in all ways. And I don't think there's anything wrong with giving Barb a little message and saying, this is what I'd like to do. What do you think? And then, for sure, don't go against what she says. Don't even bother to message her if you're going to just go against what she says, because that is stupid, and that is things people do, and it's a game, and we do not need that. So don't do that. Do not do that.
Yeah, exactly. If she says, I don't think that's a good idea, I think absolutely you need to pay heed to that.
Yep. And I want to announce that Foul Play is not releasing Brendan's phone calls out of respect for Brendan, for his mother, and for his lawyer. So don't anybody get no funny ideas saying that, we're going to do it. Absolutely not going to do it. It's not going to happen. Not from Foul Play. Let's just say that, because now probably some guilters are going to be doing some things. I just want everybody to know that we respect what Brendan said, what his mother said, and what his lawyer said.
Yeah, I believe his friend and supporter, Tracy
Strunzi, from basically a lawyer. Yep.
Right, I have awful time with pronouncing names.
She's a wonderful woman, and she talked to Brendan, and then were Brendan's words, and please do not doubt it. Do not, and those who I'm talking to, I'm sure, do not doubt it. They know what I'm saying, but I'm speaking to those who don't listen. Okay.
Yeah.
We are respecting them wishes.
Yeah. So like she did. Yeah. So that's something I wanted to also bring up was the phone calls. He absolutely, you know, I couldn't imagine being 16 or 17 years old in prison, going through this horrific ordeal.
Yeah.
Talking to my mom over the phone, scared, you know, with her scared. And then years later, people
Somebody's
reviewing
listening to
those
it.
phone calls. And you're not going to find anything.
There's nothing in there that can get him out, because remember, Brendan is in prison for their words out of his mouth. So there is nothing that he says to his mother, like what they trapped him in doing.
Yeah.
Okay. There's nothing like that there. I don't know. I have not listened to them, but I'm telling you that the conversations, I'm sure, are from a 16-year-old kid to his mom and to his friends or his brothers or whatever. And it's really not. Who wants to listen to a 16-year-old boy's conversation?
Yeah.
I mean, I really don't. Who knows?
That's the fact that he
if there was something legally in there, I'm sure that the lawyers would have done something with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The lawyers are like 100% on top of all the stuff that's going on with him and his case and stuff like that, you know, and if there was something in there that would be helpful to get him out, absolutely they would have used it. Like,
it's like, do you think that we've heard everything Catherine Zellner's doing? No.
Yeah.
Because you don't. But believe me, if there was something there, I'm sure they would have took it out. So let's respect Brendan's family, lawyer, and his own wishes by not doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, those were the 2 or 3 things I think. Yeah, that I wanted to bring up was Tracy's podcast, the phone calls, and talking to Barb about any future things with money and all that.
Right.
Yeah.
Because maybe Brendan needs some tennis shoes or something, and Barb knows what size to get. She could tell you whatever that might be, or maybe there's some kind of earphones he wants, or something to color, or I don't know, something he needs, shaving and all, because he's a man now. So
that's the other thing. Like, ask her, is there any? Because like he can only have a very limited amount of stuff in his cell.
Right.
So if you're like, well, I want to do something, is there tennis shoes he needs or something like that? Absolutely ask her, and then she'll check with him, and you can get it for him if he needs it. You know what I mean? Because like he can't have like 5 pairs of tennis shoes in his cell, or he's
not allowed to have a closet full of clothes, and right.
That was another thing. Thank you for you constantly remind me of these things.
That's the part I'm good at. Love that hashtag, Jane. Hashtag respect Brendan's feelings.
But like another thing I want to also bring up is there's one way you can help him is putting money in his commissary. If you go to mammothon.org, I believe, and then like how I can help, there's like a really good description of like how you can put money in his commissary, either if you're American or from out of country.
Right, it's down there in the description too. I did have it last week. If not, I will put it in there so everybody can have it.
Yeah, I thought that was a really neat resource to help, because that's like a very simple, like throwing, putting $20 in his commissary so he can get a candy bar, or if he does need something that he needs it right away, he can order it himself.
Right.
Absolutely, that's an amazing way to help him. I know when if I sell a painting, that's how I usually give him the money directly, as I put it in his commissary.
Right. I was gonna do that, sell paintings for him, but I just got so busy in all this YouTube baloney. I just thought the way for me to do it is just kind of every week, like with you. Just let's talk about it instead,
and he also he gets a list. He gets like a little notification. They give him a notification that so and so gave you a certain amount of money, so he knows when people do that too. So absolutely,
there's
that's one very like simple way to help him out.
Yep. Some people like to give money. So
Yeah.
check it out with his mom.
Yeah.
Best way to do it.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. If you're from out of country and you're not really sure how to do it, you can message his mom, or you can message me, and then I can try to see what we can do to do that kind of stuff for you.
Yep.
So
Thank
absolutely.
you. Nothing but a stump putting up under the hood. Please read that, you guys. It will help you to understand Brendan a whole lot better. I know Michelle. I can't say her last name. So Michelle from Australia.
Yeah.
I don't know her. I can't pronounce her last name. Anyway, she read that. It changed something so drastically for her in that. And I haven't read it completely, but I have. And the things thank you, Jane Vernon.
Yeah. Okay.
She recommends that very highly, and it is a good read. It will help you understand Brendan a whole lot more. So please give that a read.
Yeah. It'll also, I feel like that will also explain why releasing his phone calls is a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. Like I said, I only read parts of it, but you're probably right. My thing was just Brendan's mom, and Brendan said no. And that was enough for me. That was just totally enough for me.
Yeah, but the thing with the phone calls thing too is that he's very, at the time he was very limited in his speech, and that's part of the reason why the interrogation was so detrimental to him.
Right.
He didn't really understand your problem.
Kid. He was a kid, guys. Let's remember that. He was a kid. And he still is. The only thing he remembers is the last thing he's seen out here. So please understand that he has gotten his education in a structured, not normal structure either.
Yeah.
So,
but
he did graduate. He did graduate, and I'm glad he did. I mean, I like his little bulk, his hat and all that. He looks so good there,
Yeah, he got his GED, and I just want to make a point to say that in prison you don't have internet, you don't have the same kind of resources that we do out here. So the fact that he got his GED completely and totally on his own merit in a class, I think that's absolutely amazing. But yeah, absolutely. I just wanted to say, with that under the hood, that kind of gives a bit of an insight as to why the phone calls, because you're not going to really, because what he says and what he actually means,
Yep, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't use the English language or language in itself the way we do, and understanding and the words and stuff. So yes, he doesn't know the totality. And I know I never heard that word so much, but when it comes to Brendan, that is a perfect word. He doesn't understand the totality, the long picture of things. So, and he might now, I don't know, but just, you got to remember back then.
Yeah, I'm just back then, especially, being the kid that he was, and the difficulties he had in learning and stuff. So I feel like that's a good article to kind of explain exactly why, why he was thinking and the way he was and stuff like that, and why those, and it kind of to me, it would explain why those phone calls would be a bad idea of releasing anyway.
I agree. I think Brendan has been through enough. Brendan has total child abuse was on him and used against him, and it's enough. It's enough. Let's just make Brendan. Let's uplift Brendan.
If people wanted to know a technical reason why,
Yeah. You're right. I mean, you got to explain it so many different ways, because although everybody we're talking to here understands the respect of Brendan, I'm sure, and his family, or that they definitely wouldn't be on my channel, because everybody knows how I feel. That's just the way it is. I am not quiet about it. It's not a popularity contest for me. I stick by Brendan and his whole family, and I love them all, and I bless them. They're, to me, my heroes. Brendan's mother, to me, is the strongest woman. I don't know how she can do it. I personally do not. I cannot even say I know how she feels. I don't. I do not. But I'll tell you what, I have total respect for her and his family. So that's what we are doing here. And if you're not here for that, then you better find your exit real quick.
Yep, we're very Brendan and family and Barb supporters. So
Yep, exactly. And you know, everybody has their opinions. Like I noticed Jane Sharper than a Pencil says we might be divided sometimes when it comes to Brendan. That's because some people think differently of family and Brendan separate, but they're not. They're one. So just remember they are one. So if you're hurting his family, you are hurting Brendan.
Absolutely, yeah. Like that's the biggest thing. That's why, last time I said, showing respect to Brendan's mom and family is like showing respect to him, and it's kind of the same way. If you hurt his mom or his family in a way, you're hurting him.
Yep.
He's very connected to his family. He loves them very much.
Yep. It's his lifeline.
Yeah.
And we do understand that this is a case of people investigating and they're coming up with theories and this and that. And we understand. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Rebecca does too. And there's going to be things sometimes that come up that make you question these things. Do it with respect. You don't have to be rude about it. You don't have to be, I've seen some things out there that is just straight rude. And if that's your opinion, then okay. But I don't think you need to publicly announce some very rude things. Just do it in a respectful way. Think about it. If it was you before you even do it, because if you can't do it, if you would feel funny about it, then definitely you're doing something that would make somebody else feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Michelle says, I agree 100%. I said I wouldn't want my phone calls between my son and myself to be over the internet, and I find out that Brendan was able to have his say about it, not agreeing with them to the public. Yes, and foul play totally respects Brendan and their wishes. I want to put that out there. They are not going to do that. Make it publicly known, and they have said it too on Twitter and other places that they are not going to do that. But I want you all to know they're not doing that. There are probably going to be some evil people out there that might try to do this, but they'll soon get weeded out too. They don't last long.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That we're as supporters are doing our best to respect his wishes and stuff. That's about and not listen to the phone calls. And
Right.
if another supporter doesn't know,
Yes, not a good thing.
It to them, and and everyone's responsible for what they are own do. So like, what I try to think of it as concentrate on what we can do, and not worry about what and there's going to be people out there that are going to do like awful things, but
I've seen it, you've seen it, they've seen it. We're not about that. Like I said, I think about if it was me first before I do it, because then that makes me feel, because I think I got a moral compass, you know what I mean? So I think if it's going to hurt me or if it would make me feel uncomfortable, that's definitely going to make them feel uncomfortable. And it's just a better idea not to do it. So if them phone calls do come out, I'm not listening to them. You won't get me to listen to them. I don't care. You know what I mean? I want to know how he's doing now, how his family's doing now, how their interactions with each other are. This has been very hard, this COVID-19 on Brendan and his family. They don't get to see each other, and his mother is in a lot of pain for this. So, send her a little hi. I'm sorry that you're going through this. Hang on. It won't be long, because, it won't be long, but it's been a long time for them. And I seen a post on family group where she showed a picture of Brendan sitting in a chair, all handsome and everything. But she said that's how she got to visit her son this week. And it's very sad. It made me cry. I felt really bad for her. So, let's just, remember that she isn't seeing her son right now. And maybe it would be a good idea to say, hey, hang in there. We're behind you. We understand, because I can understand it. I just, it's not my thing, but I certainly can understand not being able to see your family, because I've been through it. My grandchildren not being able to see them is driving me nuts, So this weekend is like the first weekend I really get to see them. I'm very, very happy about it. So when that day happens for Barb, you can bet she's going to be racing down there to see him.
Oh yeah, the whole world's going to be celebrating with her too. I couldn't imagine right now, like the kind of sadness she feels for not being able to give her a hug right now, or Yeah.
Just know, Barb, that we understand and we support you, and we really hope that you get to see Brendan very soon. I just want you to know that I have nothing but positive thoughts for you and your son. So, I'll put it out there.
Yeah.
I'm much easier at doing it like this than I am at writing it. And that's a little strange. But then again, that's me. I'm a little strange.
That's how it is, right?
Yeah, that's how it is. My son, it's recorded, and the prison guards listen. Is bad enough. Yes, Michelle, I agree. That's got to be very hard not to have any private conversation at all.
Yeah,
and I don't know if you get to see your son or visit your son, because I don't know your situation, but if you do, then I'm sure that's the time that you get to say things that nobody's listening to but him. And I'm sure that's what's lacking for Barb. She doesn't get to have the one-on-one conversation and see how her son's doing, because let's face it, he's in a prison. And prisons are not a good place, no matter what. No matter how good you are as a person, prison is not a good place.
Yeah, and and I know he doesn't have a lot of private, he doesn't have a lot of stuff that's just his own.
Right.
So, even the letters and stuff, like they read the letters, and it's I it's just like it takes everything away from you that is 100% yours. You have no what's like privacy at all. So yeah, I couldn't imagine every phone call, every letter. Yeah.
I can't either, because I've had my privacy. I've never had that taken from me. So, and we all know that this is totally unjust, and it isn't his fault, that he's there, and it's not his family's fault. So until they get out, because he will be getting out, I'm telling you that right now. I know that he's going to get out. He deserves to be out. And Governor Evers, if you're listening, please read Brendan's story. Please do what you can do, because only you can do it. And if you're afraid of political damage, you're giving yourself political damage by not allowing Brendan to be free, because he is innocent. And you could set a precedent that would future for a lot of other people who are imprisoned, that because they look at something on paper, they believe it to be true. And they don't know the inside story like we all do. And I don't even need to know the whole story, but I'll tell you what, he's 100% innocent, and you should release him on that 100% innocence. I don't like hearing this, that he's a sexual predator. He is not. Okay, he is not any of that. So if you release him, you're not releasing a sexual predator. You're releasing a 100% innocent person. Did nothing. Okay, so you can't even look at that. They say that that's what stops him. Well, you have to look at it as none of that happened, because none of it did. He spoke other people's words. He was coerced into this behavior, and he was just trying to help. He was a kid who did not know what he was doing, and people like Fassbender and Wiegert knew what they were doing. They knew all along what they were doing, and so did Ken Kratz. So that poor boy, against these three professionals that know right from wrong, did him wrong, and his whole family. So please, Governor Evers, please give him a chance. You look at his stuff. Read it for yourself. Don't take it for what people are saying. Read it for yourself. And he's got a lot of people that are professionals that are backing him, that wrote him letters. That's got to say something. So Governor Evers, let him free. That's my speech to him.
What Linda said.
And I'm winging it, so I don't know if it even sounded good, but I'll tell you, it was from my heart. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I think that's all I have so far.
Okay, what about Be Brendan Brave?
Be Brendan.
Can't forget about that.
Be Brendan Brave. I try to do text more now than pictures, so I'm gonna try to do pictures at least once a month. So like this Be Brendan Brave, I try to keep it simple every other Monday. So like this one is just gonna be positive comments and affirmations and stuff like that. If
some feel good messages.
He really enjoys those things too. He did give me an idea for a future Be Brendan Brave that I'm gonna kind of like try to work on. coming up
Can we
here
help
soon.
you with it?
Yeah, I can talk about it. It was started off as me joking with him about dyeing my hair.
Oh yeah, I wonder what he'd think of this.
Yeah, I love it. And it kind of like, and my favorite wrestler is Asuka from WWE, Monday Night Raw. She has the paint that comes down her face. Like if you ever see a picture of her, I was joking with him about dyeing my hair like her and then putting the face on like that.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and then he's like, you should, and then you should make it as a Be Brendan Brave thing, and then have everybody else like maybe put face paint on of something.
I Mortal Kombat, because you know that girl that goes Centira or whatever her name is. Yeah. That's my girl. I like her.
Yeah,
the hair chick.
You know, that's kind of something I was like, I think that would be a fun Be Brendan Brave if like maybe next month we can get you know, everyone to like somehow do like their own face thing, like maybe write, you know, Free Brendan or something like that. Take a picture.
I'm gonna dragonfly. It says Be Brendan Brave.
Yeah, like I think that would be really awesome. I need to somehow like figure out how to like get the word out.
Well, you let me know and I'll Twitter the heck out of it, man. I got a lot of Twitter friends here that are just all about that stuff.
Yeah. Because like I think that's like a really cool idea, and I just know that people need a little bit more time to prepare for those kinds of Be Brendan Braves. So I'm thinking like picking a Monday like next month, and then kind of like advertising it a little bit, so that way people can like definitely jump on. I think that'll just be like a really fun thing. But yeah, that's in the future. Like I feel like a couple of Mondays from now,
future, you know, a little FYI. And I have a little FYI going on, but I'm not going to announce it today. But I have talked to Becca about it, and I'm going to see where it goes in the next week or so, and maybe it'll be another announcement next week, which I'm kind of looking forward to because I think it's a good idea. So does Becca. So it can't be that bad then, I guess, right? But so everybody remember, Be Brave on Mondays. Sunday, get stuff to Becca, okay? And all the links that we talked about are down here. Read Under the Hood. Be looking out for Tracy Keogh's podcast, and it's called The 6th Hour. Is that what it's called? The 6th Hour. Write to Brendan. And if you have any questions about Brendan, the best person to ask is his mother. So keep her in mind and keep her in your prayers, and everybody in your prayers. And Becca, another great Friday.
Yeah, this is awesome. Yeah.
Bye, everybody. You guys have a great week and be safe, be kind, keep others in mind.
Yep.